A heart-wrenching tale has emerged from Kerala, where two young men's dreams of a better future turned into a nightmare on the battlefields of Ukraine. Binil, 32, and Jain, 27, both from the serene town of Wadakkanchery in Kerala's Thrissur district, left for Russia last April. They were promised stable jobs as electricians and support staff for the Russian army. Instead, their Indian passports were taken and they found themselves conscripted into the infantry, thrust onto the front lines of the brutal war. In his most recent message, Binil described the unforgiving terrain of Russian-occupied Ukraine, where every day felt like a gamble with death. "We are exhausted," he said, his voice heavy with despair. "We've tried everything, but we are forced to remain here. The embassy says only the Russian army can release us." Last week, tragedy struck. Binil's family received devastating news. He had been killed in a drone attack. Jain was seriously injured, fighting for his life. For months, the two men had pleaded to return home. Voice messages revealed their exhaustion, both physical and mental, as they begged for help from the Indian embassy in Moscow. But their pleas were met with bureaucracy and helplessness. This tragedy marks the second such death of a Keralite in the Russian army. Sandeep, another youth from Thrissur, met a similar fate last year, also in a drone attack. Both men had been lured with promises of stable jobs, only to find themselves entangled in a war far from home. Binil leaves behind a grieving wife, Joycey, who fought tirelessly to get answers from officials. "We lost him," a relative said, his voice breaking. "This war stole his life, and we could do nothing to bring him back." This is just one of many such stories. The war in Ukraine grinds on, and the human cost of war continues to mount. Subscribe for daily updates and stories from the front lines.